guys, this is Allison Pryor. Here's a painting that we are going to do today. Then we will do that today. So all you have to do, first of all, is I'll put this painting away, okay? And then we'll put, to get the border, all you need is some tape, some painter's tape, so it's not too sticky. And all you have to do is put the tape up against your canvas and tape it on. That's one. Oh, sorry about the arm. And then you're going to tape all around. Let's first of all do our sky. So right now I just have, on my palette, I have some blue. I'm just using these bottle paints because I find it easier for doing my videos. So if you want to, you can also go out and get tube paints. And your tube paints are more expensive and they work really well and the colors are better. You got cad yellow and ultramarine blue, cad red, burnt umber. But the ones I got here, I do have burnt umber, but the rest of the paints I have is like leaf green and peacock blue, dark red, or deep red, and daffodil yellow. But you don't have to get those colors. Use whatever colors you have at hand, because you're probably just new starting out, so you probably bought some paints and you weren't sure what to buy. So here's what we're going to do to get our sky started. We're going to use a flat brush, probably a medium-sized flat brush, because that's 11 by 14 canvas. So you can use a bigger or smaller canvas, but I wouldn't want to go too small because it'll be hard to get the details. So I just have a nice little Bristle brush. It's not very big, but it's probably a size 4. So I'm going to take, for my sky, we'll start at the top of the sky. I'm going to take some blue and some red, just to do a purplish color. And we'll start off with a little dark in the corners here. Alright, so there we go. And you can add a little more blue if it's too purplish for you. And then we'll just paint the top of our sky with the purple. And you can go right across the top. Nice long strokes. 1, 2 long strokes. There we go. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Long strokes. There we go. Now you can also do this crisscross stroke that you've probably seen on other videos. You can do that too. I find a long strokes gives you a nice blend. And as we come down, we're going to add some white paint to lighten it up. So you can come underneath there and go long strokes, back and forth, long strokes. Good. So we can also add a little more blue if you like. There we go. So as we come down now, we'll just go lighter and lighter till we get to our horizon line. Okay, so add more white this time. White. Long strokes, back and forth. And you go back up into your purple. And back down again. So every time you start to put your white on, go underneath what you already did. And then go back up into your darker color and come back down again, and that will also help you keep, see how the colors blend so nice? They lighten up, but yet you still have some really nice blending of colors. So back and forth, long strokes, up and down. Good. See how it's lightening up? So we'll keep doing that until we get the sky. This video is probably going to take longer because there's a lot of work to this painting, and I don't want to rush it. So let's just take our time and have some fun. So white underneath, and then work your way back up again. There we go. Isn't that nice? Very nice. Back and forth, long strokes, back and forth, long strokes. White again. Because the paint is wet, it'll mix and blend. Now we don't need to worry too much about down here because for your flowers and cabin, we'll put our cabin on after this dries. We'll get some of this done. Okay. So now I got nice light and some dark. Now that's pretty. You can also add a little bit of red to your white if you want a little bit of the pinkish color in there. There we go. That'll give some nice color. Bring that up into your blue. Nice. Okay. So that's pretty. That's a nice pretty sky. So that's a good start. Now when you got that done, now you're going to, when you get that done, now you're going to take, while we're waiting for that to dry a little bit, we'll take off our tape. Alright, we'll take off this, not all the tape, just the tape right here for the horizon. Alright, so just take that off. We'll put some grass on the bottom just so that we can get it started. Okay, so all you need for your grass is some green, a dark green, any dark green that you have there. And we are going to use the same brush. You go ahead and use the same brush. Now this is just getting it started. This is only the underpaintings. Well, your sky is pretty well done there. We just need to add some clouds. But for your grass, we'll just dip into some green and some purple. So we'll make a little purple and we'll add that to our green, just darken up so we can have an underpainting. Okay? And then just tap that on. If you did videos with me before, you did this. So just tap, 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 tap. This is just your underpainting, okay? So make a bit of purple, blue and red. Mix that up. And some green. Just tap your green into your purple. Good. And just tap it on. Now let's try our clouds. We can use the same brush. It's good to use the same brush all the time, that way you don't have to worry about what brush am I going to use. What brush am I going to use? Okay. So the clouds are going to, first of all, we're going to use a little purple again. Some purple. So we can just get some shapes, and then you're going to change the value of that purple by adding some white. Okay? You want to have different values of color. So now we're going to take this brush and we're going to just touch. Okay, can't see that very well, so let's add more white. Okay, there we go, because we're going to do highlights. So just make some circles all over the place. All over the place. Now let's have a look at our painting. I don't know if this will stay up here or not. I hope it don't fall. Okay, let's see. So let's see what we did. So we took some shade, just all kinds of circles, circles, circles. Make some nice, and you notice that there's a nice big bunch right there in the middle. That's nice and bright. Just make all these circles of clouds. There we go. Circle, circle, circle. And just all you have to do now is take the corner of your brush. I think would be good. Just a corner. And then you're just going to pick a cloud and you're going to tap on some white on the top of that one, tap on some white on the top of that one. If you haven't got enough white, you just go back and get more. Tap, 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 tap again. Again with the tapping. So pick a cloud and tap. Pick a cloud and tap. There we go. So this is just getting us started too, because I mean we have a lot more to do. So tap these on, tap it on, pick a cloud. There we go. Pick a cloud, and tap, tap, tap. I'm just tapping into white. I didn't clean my brush, so I want to keep some of the color going. I don't want it to be pure white. Pure white will just stand out like a sore thumb. So we always want to add some colors to our white and add colors to our colors. Okay, so just a bit of white. Pick spot, corner your brush and tap. We're going to draw our cabin out, and you're going to need a ruler and you're going to need some chalk or a pencil. So what I want to do is first of all draw our cabin out. So I'll take this out of the way, and what we'll do is we'll take our ruler and I'm going to move my cabin over a little ways, because if you center it, it's nice and everything, but if you want to go the way painting is, you go by rule of thirds. And rule of thirds is like this. You take your focal point and you put it over in one of these sections, which is not totally in the center. You like to off to the side a little bit so that it looks much better. And that's where you will put most of your focal points, which will be a house or a person or a dog or an animal. And I'm going to draw this out here on my canvas. And all you have to do, if you don't want to measure, you can just take your, I'll do it here. Take, like you're making the letter A, that will be the front of the house, and then you would just take a line down and another line down, and that will be the front of your house. And little ways down on your roof you come over and you slant out this way, and then you come straight down and then come over. So that's how you would draw your cabin if you want to do it freehand. You can draw freehand and put your cabin on there. Come down a little bit into your grass, and that way you're up into your sky a little bit. Now to make this easy for you, I am going to paint that cabin all black, just to get it started, okay? So we'll go black, pure black, okay? And you paint it in black, see? And then you get up against your, I just got a flat brush here. So keep those chalk lines so you'll know where one begins and one ends. Chalk is good because if you make a mistake, you can always wipe it out with a damp brush, a damp clean brush. And a pencil, you can use a pencil because you can erase it if you make a mistake. And so we'll just fill all this in. And I don't know what it's going to look like on the side because I did it in the middle, but it should look much better. When something is dead center, it doesn't look as nice as the rule of thirds when you put it to the left or to the right more. So you notice in a lot of paintings, a lot of them are not dead center. Okay, so now we got that much done, and then we'll just do the roof. So just paint that in. There we go. Now I'm going to change my brush in a minute because I want to get those lines better. Let me change it now. So what I'm going to change my brush to is a flat sable brush or synthetic brush. And look, you see it's got a really nice thin top to it. It's chiseled edge. And those chiseled edges are great for getting your lines straight. Alright. So also I took my paints and I sprayed them a little bit so they wouldn't dry so fast. So let's see now. Let's get our chiseled brush out. And now you'll see, I use my arm to steady me. So you'll see you can go right up against that line and make it much straighter. Okay, see? It's a chiseled edge brush. And we will adjust anything that needs to be adjusted. Alright, so don't worry too much because we do have a lot of things to do. A lot of adjusting and a lot of highlights. And alright, so that's better there. And then you're going to do your roof over here. Just do it all in black for now. Now I know the roof in the other painting was straight down, but this would make it the proportions better, perspective. Alright, so I'm sitting on the side here, so like I keep saying, I'm sitting in an awkward position, so it's a little harder for me to. Sometimes if you use you stand up, but I'm not going to stand up because I'll only be in the way. So let's get that on. Alright, we're getting there. So let's get this one in here. Good. Now you're just getting the shape now, okay? So don't worry if everything's not perfectly straight or you get a little bit of crookedness in there. We'll straighten all that up after. So there we go. I might show you certain ways that you can do it to get your lines straight. I'll show you that after. Let's just get this painted in first so we can see the shape of the cabin and see how it looks. Now, if you don't like the way it looks, once you paint this black, it's going to be really difficult to move it around or change it all up unless you start all over. So try, hopefully you can go in the center if you want to. It's up to you. It's your painting. But if you want to go by how paintings are done and if you want to learn new things, then the rule of thirds is really good because you know where to place your focal points. Now, we'll get that done. Good. Now we know. Don't worry about the bottom too much because there's going to be grass and stuff around there. So now we have that much done. And let me get this shaped up a little bit better for you. Alright. So I'm going to come down here. I just moved it over a small bit, moved it up and down, up and over a little bit just to get perspective. And if you look at it and you see that looks off a little bit, you can always straighten it up. We can do that after when we start putting in the highlights. Okay. So I'm just going to straighten up my roof. Now it's good to have a crooked roof because this is actually an old cabin and maybe the roof is starting to collapse. Who knows? Who knows? Anything could be happening to this cabin. It's a pretty old cabin sitting in the woods. Alright, that's that much. Now, good. So you do that. Fill it all in. Very nice. All right. So next what we're going to do, we're going to take our, I have a brush here, and it's called a rake brush. Now if you don't have a rake brush, it's like that, see the bristles? So if you don't have one of those, you can make one. You can make one by just cutting out, taking a flat brush and just cutting out some of the bristles so that they're separated, okay? And if you don't have one of those, just use a regular flat bristle brush, and you still do okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add some highlights to the cabin. So all I'm going to do right now is make a gray color, and I'm going to add a bit of white and a bit of black, and I'm going to, I might even add a little bit of blue to it so it won't be so black. And see how this brush gives those lines? Now this is only one coat. We're going to be doing like several, okay? So right now I'm just going to make some lines, some old, oh, there we go. Touch and pull. Now you can do this with a flat brush. Like I said, don't panic if you don't have everything that I say to use, because there's always ways around it. So you just touch anywhere. You can start in the middle here if you like, and come down. Alright? And come down. And you'll see that it's a little dark, so I'm going to lighten up a bit more for you, because we're going to be doing several layers, okay? So let's go with this too much so far. So just come down, pull down. No, don't scrub all around everywhere, just pull down. From the top to the bottom. Top to the bottom. There we go. And like I said, we'll be doing several coats of this before we get it the way we want it, okay? Now, keep going down, down, right to the end. I may make the light come from the right and the light will come over to the left, so then the light will be shining on this side. This side may be darker and this side will be lighter, so I'll show you all that as we go along. So here we go. So just keep pulling down from the top down, top down. Get more paint. You're going to have to reload several times. Alright, so pull down, pull down, pull down. Alright, so we'll keep doing that until we get it the way we want it. This is only just one coat, alright, so don't worry. So keep doing that until we get, because we're going to be doing some dry brushing too, so like I said, we don't have a rake brush, just use a regular flat brush. And very gently, don't scrub it in. Alright. So got some of that done there, and we'll do some over here. Don't worry about the windows or the doors yet. Let's just do this. Pull down. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, so pull down, pull down, pull down, pull down. Now this might look like, you know, obviously we're just putting it together right now, so don't worry too much. We will be doing several layers to get it the way we want it. Okay, while waiting for that to dry, take some, let's take some red paint. It could be crimson, could be any red that you have on hand. Like I said, there's no sense running out buying a big pile of colors until you know exactly what you need. I will make a list of colors that professional artists use in their paintings. You have beautiful colors. I will make a list of that for you, and I'll post it for you when I get a chance, hopefully in these lessons here. So I'm going to add some burnt umber to my red. Alright, a little bit of yellow. So that color should do for now. And we're going to take that and put it on the roof. So what we're going to do is take and pull down, We'll just pull down, go with the shape of the roof. There we go. So we'll just do that for now. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? See how I change my mind all the time? But I'm trying to, because I'm doing these on the fly, I do practice it first, as you could see with I did the other painting. But as I'm doing it, it's different when you're not on camera. You can take your time, but when I'm on camera, I have to just, you know, sort of hurry up and get it done. Let's just take the red and put it on top of the roof here. Just put it on. You can go across or down. We'll put the highlights on after. Okay, so that's not bright enough. So I'll put the red on, a little bit of brown, a little bit of yellow. I may have to wait for the black to dry because it's just blending in with the black. So let's let that dry because I can't get it to come red yet. Okay, so we'll worry about that after. I'm not really worried about it. But you will be putting some red on there, okay? Now we can put on, let's put on a little chimney. How's that? Let's make a little chimney. Now you can take your chalk and draw a little chimney if you like. Just a little chimney on the side here. Straight line down, over and on top and down. Just a little chimney. You're going to need a small brush. You're going to need a small brush for this because it's a small chimney. I'm just going to paint it black. Just a small brush. It's pretty small. You can a little bigger than that if you like. So just take your black and paint in your chimney. Alright, so your chimney is on the side of the house. That looks good. So there we go, a little chimney in your house, and I'm waiting for that to dry a little bit. So while we're waiting for that to dry, why don't we put in a little path? So what we'll do is we'll put in a little path, and all you have to do for your path is get a flat brush. You can get your flat chisel brush if you like, or a flat Bristle brush. Either one is good. And then we will take some red and some brown, a little bit of white to change the value. You want values in your paintings. You need values in your paintings to make it more realistic, to get the shapes, okay? So different values. So a bit of white, a bit of brown, a bit of red, even a bit of blue, okay? So whatever color you want your path. See how that darkened up? So now you're going to add more white to change the value. So you got the dark value, and that's a medium value, and then you go lighter. So we'll go with the lighter value, and we'll take, we'll figure out where, if you want to, you can draw, you're going to have your door here. So we're going to draw a little path. You can use your chalk to give you some idea where you want your path to go. So let's just go right outside here. Alright, so just take it and curve it out. And curve it into your, and then take your brush and go back and forth. Go back and forth horizontal. Stay horizontal even though it looks like you should go make the turn. But just keep going horizontal. Back and forth, back and forth. That's a pink color. That's okay. That'll be an underpainting. Not to worry. So we'll take that and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Horizontal, horizontal. Stay horizontal. Horizontal. Stay horizontal. There we go. I know I have to guide you into it because your hand wants to go down this way. Okay? But if you stay horizontal, you'll get much better results. Alright. So there we go. And now you can take that and you can highlight it with a lighter color, with your lighter value, because we're going to need values. Alright. We're going to put shadows and all kinds of things in this painting. So there we go. Back and forth, back and forth. That might change as we go along. All I'm trying to do right now is get something in place so that you can at least see where things are and what they look like, okay? So don't worry too much about the colors right now. We're going to be putting shadows and pebbles and all kinds of stuff. So just say we have a little path going on there. So that's fine and dandy. So now, while that paint is starting to dry a little bit there, So what we'll do is we'll probably just while we're waiting, we'll put some foliage or some trees. So I got a little, I'm going to try this to show you. You've probably seen it before. So I got a brush, a sponge. It's just, you can buy those at the craft store. And I want to spray it with water, just a little bit of water, because it's so hard dipping it into your jug with your brushes. So I'm just going to roll it around like that so I get sort of roundish. And then I'm going to dip it in some green. So I'm going to get my green ready. So we'll take some green. It can be phthalo green or hunter green or any dark green. So you tap into your green and you tap into a little bit of a dark color, which is probably a little bit of red to tone it down a bit. Tone it down a bit of red and a little tiny bit of blue. So we just have some different colors in there. Tap, 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 tap. So we get some nice colors going on there. Mixing your colors is really nice because it's not like, don't make it cartoony looking. So let's just tap on, let's see how it's going to work. I hope it works for you. So we're just going to tap on some foliage over here for now. Okay, so just tap on, see, that's cute. Okay, so now we're going to do some more on the other side. So we'll just tap on some here. Now we will be changing this up a little bit after because we got to add some flowers and all kinds of good stuff. So just tap those on. There we go. Simple as pie. So we'll leave that at that. If you want to add more, you certainly can. Just tap into your 3 different colors and just add a little bit of foliage and some color in there. Okay, so you can also then tap into a little bit of yellow if you like, just to tap it into those colors and just tap on a little bit more till you get what you're looking for. Okay, because we'll be fixing it. We'll be doing some more work with that in a little while. So we'll just have those little bits of foliage there. And then let's see if we can add some more highlights to your cabin. Now, get your rake brush or whatever brush you have on hand. As long as it's a flat brush, you're okay. I'll tell you what, I'll use a flat brush this time just to show you how it works, okay? So I'm just using a flat brush, just a regular flat Bristle brush. Alright? And then you're going to take your gray again. Take your gray, add a little bit of blue to it if you want, a little bit of red, purple it up a small bit. And your white, a little bit of, we don't want it too light yet. We want it light enough so that we can see it, of course. So now we'll just go down again. So your paint should be a little better, a little drier this time. So you just see how it still gives those streaks? And that's like, this is just a regular flat brush. So I really don't want you to feel, oh my god, I can't do the paintings, I don't have the right brushes. You are fine. You are fine. Okay, so come down, come down, come down. Good. So we're getting it. So, you know, even though, like I'm saying, I'm doing a video, so I may, you know, leave it at a certain point, but you can keep working on it when I change videos. Just stop and keep working on it until you get what you're looking for. Just go back on. I'm not pushing very hard, okay? Not pushing very hard at all. Alright. So you come down. So the light is shining in on this way. So I think maybe there might be more light on this side of the cabin. So if the light is coming in from the right, then the light may be over to the left more. You almost need to be out in the woods with the light shining on your cabin to see what it really looks like. But we have to just use our imagination for now. So we'll lighten it up a little bit over there. So you can lighten it up over there a little more with more white. Okay, see that? And then as you come over, just pull down some more, and you're getting some nice. There we go. Now try this one here. Same thing, just come down, make some old weathered wood. See how it makes it look like old weathered wood? Isn't that cool? Good. Now let's go for our red roof again. It's a bit of red and a bit of brown. Burnt umber. Red, burnt umber, a little bit of, let's go with that for now. Just put that on there. On top of your roof. There we go. Good. So we'll just get that, and now you can straighten up or do anything that you need. There we go. This brush might be a little big. If you have to change brushes, go for it. So you got your roof, and we're going to lighten that up. Okay, just take some more red, put some red on top of it. Okay, we'll just leave that for now until it dries a bit. We'll add, like I said, we're going to be adding layers and layers of paint to get it the way we want it, alright? See those chalk marks around there? If you've got chalk marks, all you need is a very clean brush, never been used, and you put that, dampen it up. Make sure it's not too wet. Make sure all your paint is dry before you do this. Okay, make sure your paint is dry. You want to take out those chalk marks. All you have to do is go over it with a damp brush. See, it takes it out. That's why I like using chalk, because if you make any mistakes, then you just clean it out like you're erasing it. Now, as long as your paint is dry, you won't have a problem. But if you've got some wet paint there, it's going to spread. So please make sure your paint is dry. Alright, we'll leave that for now because I've been working on it. Good. So that's not bad there now. We got that much done. So, let's see. Let's take a very small brush. A small, flat... Where's our chisel brush gone? Or even a small brush. No, my chisel brush. Okay, so here's my chisel brush. It's hiding. Come back here. Chiseled. Chisel brush. Take that and dip into a little black and blue and red. Make a dark shadowy color. That dark shadowy color, even if you just use purple color, dark purple color, that's nice too. See? Dark purple. You don't even need the black. So you do that underneath here just to straighten it up. Straighten up your line and straighten up your shadow. Just bring that down here and down here for your shadow. Good. Clean off your brush and then bring down some streaks into your cabin. I hope my head's not getting in the way. I can't see because the camera's behind me, so I'm hoping that you can see this and that everything's okay. I'll find out after I look at it. And if you notice there might be some things there that like my arm got in the way. But for me to have to repaint it and redo the video again, it takes so much time, and I want to get these out to you as fast as I can. So just as long as you can see this and you can get your painting done. If you have a problem with anything that's really in your way, or you're having a real problem with my video or anything at all, let me know, and I will certainly either do another video or I'll guide you along. Okay, so please. These videos are for you, so you tell me what I need to do to make these better for you, okay? I'm doing my best, but it's hard when you're sitting here in front of the camera and you don't know what's going on until you look at it. And then all this work is done, and it's really difficult. So I just want to explain that to you so you know that if there is anything that you need me to do, let me know. If there's something you can't understand or you can't see, or if I'm in the way and you missed a spot or whatever, let me know, and I'll definitely do either another video on that part or I'll guide you along. So, because I really want you to learn. I noticed a lot of people sending me their paintings, and they're amazing. I'm just so happy. This makes me very happy. And so what I'm going to do is, as you can see over here, this is not correct. So we're going to fix that. So we're just going to take our black paint, And we are going to make this much better. So we'll go over to the edge here. Maybe yours is okay, but I noticed when I looked at the video that that part there wasn't right. So you fix that up, good. And now you're going to take your blue and red paint, make your purplish color. Purple for your dark shadow. And we're going to put that dark shadow under the roof right here. So just put your line over here. Just keep going over here with your shadow underneath your roof so that the roof looks like it's overlapping. There we go. Good. Now when you get that done, we're going to highlight the roof. So let's just get our nice shadow going there. Alright, so that's that part. And now we are going to highlight the roof with the reddish paint. So we're going to take some red and a bit of brown, mix it together, a little more red than brown, and highlight that again. Just get some reddish color on there. Okay, and then when we get that done, we'll highlight it. So red and blue, nice dark, oh sorry, just red, and just bring that up here like this. Add a little bit of blue to it, and just bring your red roof on here like this, and you can straighten it out if you have to. Bring it over, good, and underneath the roof line, and over, and over, and there we go. So that's just the highlight there. That's not finished yet, this is just getting more color on there. So we'll take our time so we can get this done properly. Just straighten up your line if you have to, bring your roof edge over there a little bit. Okay. Now, that's good for that. We leave that for that. And when that dries, then we'll come back to it. So now what we're going to do is take your flat brush. I told you earlier to use a flat brush if you didn't have a rake brush. So I'm going to continue. I don't know how many people have a rake brush. So I'm going to put some more highlight on this here. So use your white and the bit of purple that you have made. You can add a bit of that. Okay, if that's too red, then add more blue, and then add white, just white, and then we'll just do some highlighting. So very gently bring on some highlighting. There we go, and it comes over to the edge now because we had to fix that up. It's still a bit wet, so there we go. We'll just add a little bit. If it's too white or too on the blue or pink side, just add a little bit of black so you can gray it up a bit. Alright then, let's see. There we go, that's better. So what I'm trying to do is get that shadow to match the highlights. What we'll do the same as what we did before. Let's take our small flat brush, chisel brush. Take your chisel brush, get back your purplish color, the blue and the red, dark purple, and go back underneath here, under the roof. If it's not dark enough, just darken up with more blue or a little bit of black. And go underneath here, underneath the roof line, and oh, underneath the roof line. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Clean off your brush, there's too much paint on it, so we can start dragging a little bit of that down into here so we can make it all look like it's all part of the house. There we go, just drag it down. I have my brush turned in a vertical way, like this way. And I'm just bringing that down underneath here. Good. And what we'll do now is we'll highlight it again. You have to go back and forth a few times to get it right, because now it's too dark, so now you have to lighten it up again. So just add a bit of white to your dirty brush. And then we'll drag on some more highlight. Just come up underneath the roof line, and the black should blend in with it a bit. There's more white if you need it. Alright. Drag it down, drag it down. There we go, it's getting a bit better. We'll do some more of that after. So let's see. You know what we're going to do now is we're going to put in a door and some windows. So with the same flat chisel brush, and make sure your brush is not too big, because that's about as wide as a door and windows. There we go. I don't know what the size is of that, but you can probably see the size. So I'm just going to go into pure black just so we can get it started, okay? So take your brush, load it up with black, and what you're going to do is find where you want your door. So let's just say we want our door right in the middle, and we'll touch, just sort of use that as a guide there. Touch and pull. That's part of your door. And now when you get that done, touch and pull on the side of it, just so we can make the door a little bigger. There we go. So you can go up a little bit. Depends on how big you want your door. Alright, here we go. Good, that's your door. And now you're going to do a couple of windows. Same thing, load up your brush. And find where you want your windows. So just touch and pull and touch and pull. And we'll straighten all that up after, as long as you get your windows in. And we got a couple of windows here. So you can put another window wherever you want them. You put them, you decide. It's your painting, so you decide where you want your windows and and how big you want them and where you want them. These are all your choices. The thing about painting is you have to make decisions. Always making decisions. What will I do next? What will I add to that? How do I do this? So it's all decisions. So now what we're going to do is we are going to clean our chisel brush. Clean your chisel brush and get some, let's see, how about some red and a bit of brown, and more brown than red, more brown than red, okay? And we're going to do the edges here. We're going to do the edges of the roof with your brown and red. So you come down on the edge of your roof, come down, come down, come down, come down, right to the edge of your roof. You might need to do that again, but let's get this much done first. And then you do your other edge. Make sure your brush is nice and chiseled, because I'm having a little bit of a problem because I didn't. To get it really chiseled is to pull it through the paint like this, and that will make it nice and chiseled. So we'll just go and line up that part of the roof with a, there we go. There we go. Keep going, keep going. Take your time. If you have to stop where you, there we go. Okay, so that's that part. Now we're gonna do that, you know, we're gonna do that again with some more highlights, okay? So now let's do the edge over here. There we go. Do your edge. Now you might not be able to see that, so I'm gonna add a bit of white to it to brighten it up for you, so you can see it. So the edge over here, too white. Alright, there we go. That's too white for you. I'm only doing it because I'm trying to get you to be able to see it. I find it a bit too light, so I'm going to try and tone it down a bit. Alright. I'll just add a little bit more brown to that. So you'll have to make adjustments too. So I just want to go over everything with you as I'm doing it in real time so that you can see exactly what I'm doing and when I make a mistake, how I fix it, and all kinds of good stuff. And let's try and make this line nice and straight. There we go. Alright. Now, obviously we have to do this here. So let's see how far down we want to come with this part of the roof. We got to match it up with the other side. I think that matches up there. Okay, it looks like it. So now we got the outline. Let's outline this a little bit over here. Okay, just a little outline, brown and red. More brown and red, okay. Good, so far so good. Okay, now while we're at it, let's outline the door. So let's see, let's take some of that brown and red, and add a little bit of blue to it. Brown and red, a little bit of blue. And we'll outline the door, so it could be tricky, but just go around the door. Let's go around the door, round we go. Okay, let's just put a nice little trim around the door and around the top. Oh boy, not easy being left-handed. Especially when I'm sitting like this. Okay, we'll get her. We'll get it. We'll get it done, I'm sure. So just add a little bit of white to your brush, your dirty brush. Leave your brush dirty. And add a little bit of a highlight to that there. Okay. Might be a bit too light, but we can tone it down. I'll just add a little bit of brown to my dirty brush. So I got brown, and I'm adding a little bit of white, just to, and you can add some blue too if you want to, and just pick the colors that I'm telling you to pick on all the painting, and mix them together and see what works best. Browns and blues and reds. Okay, so like a little bit of trim there, and a little bit of a trim on top. Okay, there we go. Good. Almost good. Alright. And that comes around in a circle. Comes around. There we go. We'll fix all that after. And then just do the top of this here. Trim it up. Highlight. Highlight. There we go. Highlight that again. Highlight. Good. And we'll do the other side. Same color. Light brown and a bit of red and some white. Maybe a bit of blue added to it if you think you need it. Alright. Now, we are going to highlight this a little bit here too. Just a little bit. And a little bit over here. And a little bit over here. There we go. Now we're going to add a bit of trim around the windows. So maybe we need a smaller brush. Let's see, what can we use? Let's try this little brush. You pick out a brush that you think would be easy for you to use, okay? Pick any brush that you think that will, like I said, I'm saying brushes, but you might find something easier. So you don't have to do everything exactly as I say. If I tell you use a certain brush and you're having a hard time with it, then just go ahead and try different brushes, okay? Experiment with different brushes and see what works best for you, okay? Now, we're going to do a little trim around the window. So basically the same colors, red and some brown, some blue, and a bit of white to change the value. Values, we need to use values in our paintings because it helps with contrast. So you got darks and lights. And darks against lights, it makes everything pop. So now we'll try a little, let's go for the window. So trim out your window. There we go, a little trim around the window. Good. A little bottom. And a little side. Okay, that's good. We'll fix all that up now. If it's crooked or you're having a problem with it, just put your trim on. We'll fix it all up. I'm going to go through this with you very slowly so you'll know exactly what to do. Alright, so then we're going to put this one on up here. That's that. And then we will outline this one over here. Trim it up. If you need more paint, go get it. There we go. Put on your windowsill. There. And on the side. We're going to be highlighting in that, so don't worry too much. Let's just get one step done at a time. And the window here. And over. And down. And over. Okay, that's that much. Now, let's see. We are going to put some dark paint on the side of this to make it look like a shadow. So dark paint, you can use the red and blue and make a purplish color. Nice dark, see? When you put the red and blue together, it's nice and dark, deep purple. So use that for your trim on the side of this here. There we go, just right on the edge. My brushes give me a hard time, so I might have to change it. Okay, I'm going to have to change it. See what you have to do? You have to experiment. So I'm going to go back to my chisel brush for that one. My little chiseled brush. My handy dandy chisel brush. Here we go. Let's try that. There we go. I think that's a bit better. Okay. Good. Now you can shape it up the way you want it. That's a little shadow on that side, a little shadow on top. A little shadow on top here. That's on top of the trim, okay? Alright, good. I'm finding that it's not dark enough, so I'm going to add a tiny bit of black to my purplish color. And I'm going to darken that up again. So there we go. I want it to stand out. The darker it is against the light, then the light will really jump out at you. Okay, so contrast is important. Think about darks and lights together. Different values of your colors. And lots of stuff. And I'll explain a lot more stuff to you in other videos on color mixing and on composition and on so many other things that I think you should know. And I'll have it all prepared to do that and help you with, and it'll help you learn and have better paintings. So, what else do we need? Let's take some of that dark color, purplish dark color. Like I said, not dark enough, add a little bit more, a little tiny bit of black. So let's put some dark underneath here, under the windowsill. So it's too thick, thin it out with your shadow. There we go, see? And a shadow underneath here. Good. I think we're okay with that. Maybe a little bit on this side. Just a little tap, just touch. Touch. Okay. So it's okay, we're going to be going over the cabin again. And maybe a little bit underneath these two. A little bit underneath this one. Okay, I got them a little too big, but I'm going to straighten all that up. I hope. So anyway, we are going to highlight, if you don't have your rake brush, I am going to use my rake brush in case there are people who have a rake brush, okay? So, use your rake brush or any brush as long as it's flat and it's bristle. And this is not a bristle, this is more of a synthetic, or it's a softer, it's something like your chisel brush. So we're going to highlight the roof of the house. We're going to take a little bit of brown, and a little bit of red, and a little bit of white. Okay, and this time, you are going to, if it's too pinkish, put more brown in there, okay, and more red. I'm sorry, more brown. And there we go, that should be okay. I'm going to use a bit of white to increase the value. Alright, so let's take this and pull it down this time. I think it looks nice when it's down. So pull it down, go with the shape of the roof of the house. Good, 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 good. Alright, I think we're getting there. Now what we're going to do now, good, we'll just leave that for now. What we're going to do now is get our chisel brush again. Chisel, chisel. And you're going to put some of that dark color, that dark shadow color, the blue and the red, and a bit of, let's see what that looks like. It's too light, see it's too purpley, so we'll add a little bit of red to it. A little bit more blue if it doesn't darken up. If it don't darken up for you, you can add a small bit of black. As long as we don't have pure black, because it looks too flat. So take that, and I want you to go underneath your roof, and we're going to pull up. Now I'm just using the corner of my brush. Now if that brush is too big and you can't handle it, then use your smaller brush, okay? A small little tiny brush, and just let me take some of this off of here. And just take it and pull up right underneath the eave. You're going to pull up some of these dark shadows to make the roof look like it needs work. Make the roof look like it needs a bit, you know, that it needs, it's old. So, if that line is too big, clean off your brush and then move it up. But clean your brush off, because it might be too much paint on it, you won't get that effect. So we'll get that up there like that. So now we got some nice cracks in the edge of the roof here. Okay, we have some cracks. Now, in order to make that look more better, we're going to add some more, let's see, we'll highlight it again with some red and brown and blue and red. Just get the color till, keep mixing the colors till you get the color you want, okay? Because it can be a torment at times. And then you're going to add a bit of white to increase the value. And then you're going to come down again. You should be using a rake brush for this, but let's go with the brush we're only using, chisel edge brush. Alright, so like I said, as long as your brush is flat, you can use almost any brush. There we go. So we got a bit of a highlight on our roof here. And we also got, alright, now it looks like an old roof with shadows. Good. Now we are going to fix up those, let's fix up the windows. Let's see, let's take maybe a small brush, and let's add a windowsill on the bottom. So all you have to do there is have some white on your palette and mix a bit of white with those colors that we've been using all along, some brown, some reds, and some blue. Brown, red, and blue seems to be a nice combination. And then you're going to add a bit of white to that to lighten it up. Okay? And you lighten it up as light as you want. And then add a little windowsill. So stay away from the shadow part on the bottom, just on that windowsill. And you come over like that. Good. And then you do the other one. Lovely. Now then you put some more white on there because you want to really be able to see it. Okay. When I get these windows done, I'm going to let you go and practice that. I don't want to go over too much time. You need time to reflect and try to get it the way you want it. Okay, and then wipe off your brush, and whatever's left over on it, then you can highlight this up here and here. And we'll do another little windowsill down here. There we go, a little windowsill. And when we come back, I will do some more touch-ups. What we're going to do is we are going to clean up this up here. We're going to paint our door. So let's take our flat brush or your rake brush, whatever you want to use, and we're going to clean this up here, okay? So what we're going to do is get a nice dark purplish color, some red, some blue, and we are going to, I need some more blue. Yeah, blue it is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to clean up the front of that pretty little cabin. It's not supposed to be too pretty because it's supposed to be an old cabin, but we'll have some fun with it. So here we go. Nice dark purplish color. Okay. If it's not dark enough, so I'm going to add a little bit of black. I find I gotta figure out how to get my purplish colors darker. So anyway, here we go. So let's put some of that dark color up underneath the roof. There we go. We already did this, I know, but we have to do it again. We may have to do things several times in order to get it the way it should be, and the way it looks, and the way it should look nice. Pull that down into your cabin. Alright, pull that down. There we go. Just take your time. I'm telling you to take your time and I'm speeding up here. Okay, just take your time. Alright, so now, that looks pretty dark. That's good, like that. Now take some white, just on your dirty brush. Take some white, not too much. And take that and see if we can get this to go back up and get some nice, there we go. Trying to get it so that it all blends nicely together so it doesn't look like it's just jumping out, sitting out at you. Okay, so there we go, that's better. Alright, we need more white, it's a bit too purplish. More white. Your brush is okay to be dirty. Alright, more white, as much as you need. If it's too purplish, we can always clean the brush. Alright, wipe your brush off a bit if it's too much paint on it, because we don't want too much paint on it. It'll only cause you problems. Pull down very gently. I'm not touching it very hard. I'm just, as the paint comes off, I push a little harder. Okay. Okay, go right up to the edge. As long as not too much paint on your brush, you can go right up underneath there. Alright, there we go. Like I said, the light might be on that side. So just add a bit more of a lighter color over here. I'm thinking that's where the light, I'm just trying to picture if the sun is coming in over here from the right, then it's probably hitting off that side. It could be hitting, I don't know, because I'm not there, so I'm just trying to make it up as we go along. But usually, if the sun is coming from the right, then if it was a tree here, the sun coming from the right, it would hit off the right side of the tree. The left side would be dark, but this is a house, so I'm, like I said, anybody can correct me. You go right ahead. This is all fun, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so I want to get that shadow a bit darker again. I want to get those highlights brighter. Some more white paint. Wipe it off on your tissue and bring in some more highlights. There we go. Because we're trying to make it look like old weathered wood. Old weathered wood. There we go. So you do that as much as you want until you get what you're looking for. Okay, and you want it white lighter, or you want more dark streaks in, or whatever you want. Okay. And then we might need a little bit over here. I want to add a little bit of gray to that. A little bit of black and white. A little bit of gray is kind of purplish, too purplish for me. So I'm just going to gray it up a little bit. There we go. Alright, so then we'll do whatever's left over on your brush. We can do this side. Okay. Good. A little bit on the roof. Whatever's left over on your brush, okay, just dry brush it on here. There we go. Now if anybody else doesn't understand what I'm doing, just let me know and I'll help you. Alright. Alrighty. Now, underneath here, we have some old weathered wood down here. Let me show you something. Hopefully this focuses for you. But underneath here, the wood is kind of old and weathered. So I left it black and I just put on a little bit of paint over that black. That's all I did. I didn't do anything fancy, okay? So just put a little, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I just took my flat brush, small brush. You can take a small brush, small as you want, if you want that one. I just put a bit of same colors, a bit of that purplish color, and alright, so I'm just throwing in a few little boards down there, that's all. Now, that's all I'm going to do there. We have some flowers going over here. Now, what's next? Let's take a bit of red paint on your dirty brush, on the same little tiny brush, and put it on your chimney here. Put it on your chimney. Good. And then a little bit of highlight, just a little bit of white, just to highlight a little bit on the side. The sun is shining and it's hitting off the side of the chimney. So let's put some white on there. There we go. Now, good. So now, yes, I was going to do some more shadow under here, right? So let's see, a little more. So we'll just do a little bit of highlighting. Maybe we'll dry brush a little bit of this on here. A little bit more white on your dirty brush. And a little bit of highlight. Ooh. Okay. We use a small flat brush. A small flat brush. Alright. We're going to pick up some green. And we want to darken it, so we're going to add some red. I'm going to add some red to our green so we can have a nice earthy tone. So adding colors to your colors, it really changes the game. If you just put on just pure green, it'll look like a cartoon. If we just put pure colors on there, it would look like a cartoon. So let's put on our color, green. It looks like a brownish green for now, but we're going to be putting more green in there. So let's just put that on there now. There we go. Nice earthy green. And then, what we're going to do here, come down here, and put our green on. Yep, there's a green door. See how it's not too like a pure green, bright green? It's a nice color green, isn't it? It's a lovely color green. Now on the bottom we have a little step. We have a little step on our, let's see it? Little step right there. See that? That's your step. So let's put that up. So you take your same color and your same brush, and you just take your paint and go across for your step. There we go. Just go right straight across for your step. Okay. Good. And we're going to highlight the top of that step a little bit just so that it'll separate So there we go. So just put a little bit of white on your brush and wipe it off, and then just put a little bit of a highlight on top there. Now this brush is a bit too big for that. That's okay, look, looks fine. And then you can put some more green at the bottom of it, straighten it out, that's all. Good. Alright. We are getting there. So let's put another coat of green on our green. Green, bit of red, tone it down, do it an earthy color. Alright, so there we go. Now we want more green, just go in with I got a lighter green there, I think that's a leaf green. So I'm just going to put a bit of leaf green on it too, on top of that. But that'll mix in with what we already have there, so it won't be too bright. There we go, that's pretty good. Nice. Now what I'm going to get you to do this time is put a shadow around the corner of the door, so we need to darken that green up. So darken that green up with some purple. Alright, so make purple, add it to your green, and we got to get it nice and dark. Like I said, if you're having a problem getting it really dark, then go in and get a little bit of black. Alright, now get a nice shadowy color, and that's going to go on the edge right here on the edge. There we go, perfect. And a little bit on the top, now not on top of the trim, but under the trim a little bit. I'm using the corner of my brush. You could use a smaller brush if this brush is way too big. So there's your shadow color. What you're going to do now is we want to blend that in with the door. So you got to clean your brush really, really good, or get a new brush. Get a new brush that hasn't been used. Just a small, flat Bristle brush. And no paint, no water, no nothing. Just blend it out. Okay? No paint, no water, no nothing. Just take that and blend it into your green on that side. And that'll give you a nice shadow. Isn't that cool? Perfect. So we're going to do the doorknob right now. So we got the door and the shadow in there, and let's use this little tiny brush, and we will use what color? Let's see. Let's go with brown. So go brown for our. And you can dip, if you got any leftover dark purple color there, just dip your brown, mix it in with your dark. If you don't, just take your burnt umber and make a little circle. You just tap it if you just touch. Just make sure it's a little bit round. Next we're going to do the flower pots. So the flower pots are pretty simple. The flower pots are like those there. Okay, flower pots and some flowers. So let's do some of those in front of the house. Okay. So all we need for that is you can take your chalk and draw them out first if you want. You don't have to. All it is I'll do it with the brush. I'm going to take some brown paint. And all it is pick a spot and then draw a line over on the top, and then draw a line on the bottom, and the flower pot's going to be in the grass, line on the bottom, and then join up those lines, and that's one flower pot, painted in brown. Okay, it's one flower pot. Alright, and then we'll do another flower pot on this side, maybe a smaller one, line on top, line on the bottom, join them up, and sort of round them out so it looks like a little pot. Okay, and then we will do another one on the other side. So let's do another one. So over here there's a little flower pot. Line on top, line on the bottom, and just join them up. And you can have whatever shape you want. It can be small, big, tall, whatever you want. And then all you have to do is add some yellow to your brown with your dirty brush. Some yellow, maybe a little bit of red and yellow, just mixing a bit of red and yellow. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to highlight the top of the pot right here, and up here, and up here. Okay, now we need to brighten that up, obviously. Just go get a bit more yellow. So, oop. Boop, boop, doop. Alright, so then we got here. So that's good. And then on the bottom, you want to add a little bit more brown to your yellow and brown. So it's a lighter brown. And then you just take the edge of your flower pot right here and pull it in. Leave one side of your pot dark. Okay. So brown and yellow. Brown and yellow, and pull it in. Okay, and leave the, that's the side the sun is coming in on, so the right hand side of your pot is going to be light, and leave the other half of the pot dark. Alright, so then there we go, and pull in. Another pot over here, pull in. Oops, okay. And then you're going to get a dark brown with a little bit of black added to it. So it's nice and dark. And we will take a little line underneath that highlight, put a little line there for a shadow. Alright, there we go. And you can fix it up now because we're just trying to get things in place, okay? So fix it up by adding the same colors back in there again. Pull over. Yellow and brown. Yellow. Brown. And that way you can shape up your pots too, right? Shape it up. If you don't like the shape, you can always shape it up then. Okay. If it won't brighten up enough for you, just add a bit of white to your yellow. There we go. Okay. Looks like I gotta clean my brush. I want to clean my brush. There we go. Some yellow. Yellow. That's better. So then add to the very edges of your pot to make it look like maybe the sun is shining on it. Is that better? Good. We'll add a little bit over here. Bring it in. I'm not sure if the sun would be shining there. This is where you have to make your decisions, right? Because, like I said, it's your world, as Bob Ross would say. It's your world, so you will do your painting your way. But you still want to have the colors correct, and your values, and your contrasts, and all kind of composition, all that stuff. If you can get all that, you'll have a beautiful painting, okay? So I'm trying my best to explain that in different videos, and as the videos go on, I'm going to explain more and more about all this stuff, so that you can get to know why things work the way they work. It's so much fun. It's so much fun when you know all these details. It's much more fun than just painting and saying, I don't know what I'm doing really, you know, I'm just painting. But when you know what happens and why it happens, you're like, oh yeah, I can make a really good painting. So now what you're going to do is you're going to get a small flat brush, smallest one you can find, okay, small flat brush. So we're going to make, here we go, it's just something small, flat Bristol brush. Now we're going to make some flowers in a flower pot. So all you have to do is get some green paint and some red. So green and red, tone it down a bit. Maybe a bit of blue to really tone it down. So we want underpainting, we want it to be nice and dark, okay? So I'm just tapping into a bit of red, blue, and green. And then we'll highlight that after. So just get some, so just tap on some green on top of your pot. Going to get some lighter green, so you got your dark value and now a medium value. Medium value. So now you have your dark value and your medium value, and now a lighter value. I just add a little bit of yellow to my green, and we have a lighter value. So I have 3 values on that one. So let's do another one. Let's do the other pot. So tap into your darker value. Tap on your green. Good. And now you're going to tap on a lighter green. Good. And maybe even a lighter green. Alright, so just get those values going. Gives you some really good contrast. Okay, now darker green again. That's green and a bit of red, a bit of blue. There's your dark green over here. Now whatever way you want your flowers, put your greens underneath it, okay? And then your lighter green. So there's your second value. And then your yellow, lighter green. Okay, so these are like your flowers. These are just your underpainting for your flowers. Okay, now for your flowers, we are going to take our flat brush, tap it off in your hand so you can spread open the bristles. See how I spread them open? Spread them open. So when you spread them open, now we want some flowers. So we're going to take some white, because we want some white flowers. You can have whatever color flowers you want. Excuse me, what? Flowers. Tap, tap, tap. Just these little taps. And voila. You have some pretty flowers. You tap that right on top of those greens that you just did. You get some pretty white flowers. Make sure they're not big blobs. Now make sure they're nice. So I'm hardly tapping, I'm just touching. Okay? There's some nice white flowers. Now I might want some red flowers. So we'll add some red flowers. Okay. Here's your red flowers. Red it is. Tap, 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 tap. Red flowers. You might want to add a little bit of yellow to your red if you want to get some different color flowers in there. There we go. So whatever way you want your flowers. And let's see what else we got here. How about some just pure yellow flowers over here? So just yellow on top of your greens that you made, okay? Alright. If you want, you can add some white to your yellow to really brighten it up. I'm getting all kinds of colors here now because my brush is pretty dirty. And they could, there we go, nice big bunch. Good. They might be hanging down over the side. Okay, now, they're a little bit different than the other painting because every painting you do is going to be different. You're not going to have exactly the same painting every time. You can do the same painting over and over 20 times and it'll always be different. So now let's take some more red and green and blue and get an underpainting for, I'm going to add a little tiny bit of black this time because I want a nice dark underpainting. I'm going to put a little blob here for another flower, okay? So that's that. I'll let that dry now while we're waiting. So next is take our flat brush, flat bristle brush, punch it against your hand, and that will see how it spreads out those bristles. Isn't that cool? So you go ahead and do that, and we're going to take some green paint, tap into some green, tap into a little red, tiny bit of red, and green, and then we'll just tap back on here again so we can see what we're doing. So just tap on here and around your I'm just darkening up this edge here. I'm going to keep this a little dark over here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten up the grass on this side. So we're going to lighten up the grass by going into green. Green and A little bit, we'll tap it into the messy one that was there. Keep your brush dirty, and that will tone down your green. And add a little bit of yellow to your green for highlights. So let's say the sun is shining over here somewhere. Just tap on top of that. So let's just say the sun is over here. So we'll just go in between the flower pots so that they're buried in the grass. Like I said, it's an old cabin, and maybe it's been neglected, so even though the flowers are nice, some flowers can thrive on their own at times. Alright, so just get your flat chisel brush, or let's go with a nice rough brush. Let's go with a small flat brush. There we go, small flat brush, Bristle. Okay, well, small, medium, something like that size. Okay, so let's go for some brown, a little bit of red, brown and red, and some white. I don't want it too much on the red side, so I'm going to put more brown in it than I am red, okay? So I don't want it to be too pink. Right? Okay. Let's try that. So let's go back and forth with this color. Now we're getting some shadows too, right? Back and forth, horizontal. Leave some of the underpainting there, okay? Wet your brush if you're not getting to move, and then go and wipe it off, and then go back into your paint. Okay, there we go. Back and forth. Get that streaky look. All right. I have to get some more brown. Where are you, brown? Pebbles to our, oh, let's add a little bit of highlight first. So take our brush again, clean it off, go into some white, and because your palette is so dirty, it'll probably mix in with a little bit of brown anyway, right? So just add a little bit of highlight on top of everything that you just did, very gently. Just add some highlight there, that's all. Just maybe the sun is up there shining down on the path. All right. Now, what's next? Why don't we take our tape off? I promise. There we go. Alright, so you get all your really pretty flowers, and we'll just touch up a little bit on the grass. You can also add a little bit of color to these back here if you want. A little bit. Yellow and white on our brush, our flat brush, our Bristol brush, and we'll lighten up here. Just tap, 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 tap. Come down close to the path. Tap around. Make it nice and light. Don't stay away from your border. You don't need to go over there. a little harder than some of the ones we did, but it's fun and it's always good. You can also put anything else in this that you want. Use your imagination, and I hope you like this video, and you guys go have fun, and I will see you in the next video. Happy painting, everybody.